Hi guys, welcome back. Today continue working with the Traxxas Fortec 3.0. As you guys saw, only got 25 miles an hour. Pretty disappointing, but it's not a big deal. I wasn't planning on running with that stock system anyways. It could be a number of things, but don't really care. So as you guys see in the background, definitely gonna go ahead and switch it up. Give it a little bit more power. I know these tires, well, I'm not saying I know, but the 2.0 Fortec tires didn't really do too well as far as for me. So I'm not sure if these will hold up. So I don't have any foams for this, guys. So I'm gonna try it out when I put this new system in here. Just give it a run, see what kind of speed I get with it, just to, you know, definitely show it does over 30 miles an hour at this point. But yeah, right now it's not gonna be a speed car, it's gonna be a fun car. Definitely want to destroy the body off the first run, but things happen. So anyways, let's jump into it. So go ahead and take this car apart, get ready to install this Mamba X system. All right, so go ahead and pop the body off. See clipless, one in the front, one in the back, and then there you go, just pop right out. All right. So it's pretty similar to the 2.0. Basically, you gotta take 4 screws here, 1, 2, 3, 4. To get the motor out. I am gonna take the receiver box apart so I get this ESC out and the wires and everything, and go ahead and, you know, get to working. I think I may also change the spur gear out. But we'll see about that, but definitely getting this system out. So it's 3 screws on the top. I should have got my drill, but I usually don't use too much power tools. Only if my hands are tired or I've been working on cars for a while, I just kind of get the power tool at that point. But let's get the screws out. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you guys, that is not impressive as far as the speed out the box, but again, it is a brush version. I've never driven a brush Fortec before, and it was not fast at all. So I'm going to fix that. Just those 3 screws, and you have access to the receiver box. And just kind of trace the wire for the well, you know, channel 1 is always, I'm sorry, channel 2 would be for the ESC. Channel 1 is for steering. 1 to turn and 2 to burn, is what they say. See if I can fish that wire out. There you go. Wire came out. Now I'm ready to just start pulling everything out of there, guys. All right, so I'll put these screws in the receiver box. I mean, I know where they go, but that's how I normally do it. First, let me take something apart, pull the screws back. You know, pretty much in the thing you got it from, I'll put it back in here. So, all right. Next up, I'm gonna pull the motor out and the receiver. And that will go into a box, or into the bag, I should say. Kind of wasted a XC90 connector on there. Should have just left the Traxxas, but I don't have a Traxxas battery. So I may pull that connector off of there, because I only installed it just for that one run. Hope this video is not too long of a video. And one trick I know with this screw here, could be a little tricky. One back here. So what I do is I just turn it to the side. You have complete access to that screw. Or else you'll be fighting with the battery tie down and that screw to get it out. All right, got 4 of them. I can pretty much pull this cover up. See it? Pull the cover right on up. See the motor wants to come out as well. You go ahead and put the screws in there. Also, like I said, if it's your first time doing it, you're not too sure, just put all the screws right in there, so you know exactly where everything goes. And then pretty much pop that out just like that. So I'm going to unscrew the ESC, 2 screws here on the bottom. See the 2 screws. And that will release the ESC. One screw. And the second one. All right, so voila, just like that, guys. All right, and don't forget to take the gear off and the motor plates. All right, and the 2 screws, I'm just going to put it back in the bottom of the ESC because I will not be using those screws for now. I'll be double side taping down the new ESC. All right, so you guys see that? Okay, so now, like I said, I could go ahead and change this gear out. I think I might do that. This is a 72 on there right now. All right, so hold tight, guys, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and change that out. Yeah. So let's see here. Correctly for these 1, 2, 3 screws, and I believe the back should pop out. Modular design.
And the third one.
All right. Let's see. Just taking my time with it. There you go, just like that. Take the rear part, the front's still there. All right, so you got. And then now you have access to the gear. Now I'm thinking I'll probably have to remove that hole down, possibly to give me more room to get the gear out of there. So let me do that. This is what's different between the 3.0 and the 2.0. So by releasing that, will give you more clearance to get that center shaft out. All right, to the side. There you go. So that now should be able to lift it up just like that, so you give me more room to get the gear out. All right, so let me do so. Let's pull the whole thing out. Might be easier for me. All right, just gotta be careful. So you just slide the gear forward, and you see the pin here. Don't lose that pin. That's what holds the gear onto it. All right. Then you have a bearing on the back of the spur gear. So we'll pop that off and put it onto the new gear. All right, and slide this. Now slide the shaft back up. Okay. There's also a little slot here in the front, right here, where the bearing sits. So make sure you put it back in there, and then put the, it's like a bearing hold down right there. All right. We secure that bearing hole down. All right. And then now to reinstall the rear end. That's the part that can get a little tricky, but it can be done. There we go. Well, that was super easy. A lot easier than the 2.0. At least from my experience with it anyways. Alright, so it's going back together quite nicely. My only concern is these tires. I don't think they're going to be able to handle it too well, but we'll see. I'm almost debating on changing out the radio as well for the TSM. I think I have about 2 or so TSM TQI radios sitting around, radio receiver. I may put that in it just to help out with these tires, not have much traction. Can't wait to get some nice foams for this car. These tires are a little bigger, so the regular foams will probably look a little weird, or probably won't fit it too well. But if I have to, I think I might do that as well. All right. So now to remove the motor mount plate off of there. So real quick, I'm just throwing in a 3800 kV system in it just to play around. Like I said, this is not necessarily a speed or anything right now, but definitely want it to be faster than what it came with. All right, so the gearing I was going to use will not work because I would need to get the adjustable motor mount, so that's fine. So now we'll try to put the gearing. Yeah, I couldn't find the proper mesh for it, basically what was happening. All right, so finally kind of got the gear mesh set. And then we should put the cover back on. So we just clean up some of these parts real quick. Took me a little while to kind of get everything settled in. Alright, so now got the cover. Remember, I just kept all the screws together. That way you don't lose anything. If it's your first time doing it, not too sure. That's the way to make sure you don't lose or misplace the screws. Alright, so started up my XT90 on here. Already did a basic program on the ESC as I turned the brake level up, and I think that was about as turn the brake level up because it comes set low, so I'll make sure I have enough braking on here set on the ESC. And now I'm going to plug it up. I already got a double-sided tape to the bottom of it, peel the tape off and then stick it in. I'll do that once I know where I'm gonna put the ESC. All right, this way, that way, figure out which one I'm gonna do it. All right, and then we'll secure everything up and be good to go. All right, so I removed this little piece here. I'm gonna try to run the wires down through, make it look a little neat. So I think the way I'm gonna run it is this way. That way the wires kind of get tucked up in there and go from there. I mean, I could do it this way as well, but I just don't want too many wires, just tangled up right here in the front. But it'll be pretty clean to go that way as well. But we'll see. I'll just plug it up and we'll just play around with the wires and go from there. All right, so with this system, you have A, B, and C. You just have to match up the wires to A, B, and C as well. So got A, and we'll put it into A. It's basically how it goes. B into B. Alright. Those wires are in. Like I said, could do it this way, all that good stuff. Like it can. Let's see. Alright. Nice and neat, guys. And the wires still have a little room to move around, which is good. Alright, so I could do this way as well. I'm just trying to neaten up the wires here for a second. Alright. Now me. Run it this way, guys. Yep. Alright, so figure out the orientation. Let me get a battery real quick. Check out everything. Alright. The radio as well. I need to run the sensor wire. Almost forgot that. Oops. Hold on, guys. Right. Sensor wire is in. And now to plug it up to the connector. Alright. Have to neaten this wire up a little bit as well. Okay, so I'll probably just go ahead and peel the tape, stick it on down, guys. Get situated. Right about there. All right. In. So I can get the radio, so I can go ahead and get everything buttoned up and get that situated. Alright guys, so my camera actually stopped recording. That's where it cut, so I'm just coming back here. I didn't realize it stopped recording. So one thing I did after that clip you saw was I basically re-secured the lid on, powered it on. I did the calibration of the ESC to the radio. Basically, you turn the radio on, hold full trigger, turn the power switch on while you're holding it, and then it will go. You keep holding it, go into the program mode and release, and it does all the beeps and stuff like that. So other than that, that was pretty much it. Pretty much done with the install. The Mamba X 3800 kV motor. This is 3S LiPo right here. Just testing purposes, but yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys. So again, Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.